Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel. Very few people can spell Renaissance correctly, and our producer did.
Spell check.
Faire. He spelled Faire funny, with the E at the end. I don't know what that's all about.
He probably...
That's the same thing as doing theater, R-E at the end.
Yes, instead of E. He probably buys his grocery in a shoppy.
I thought it's pronounced shoop.
Shoppy. So.
Do you like my feather?
Yeah, that's some French tickler, like Michael.
That? Yes, well, just don't get near my head.
You really don't need to compensate that much, do you?
This is... No, I don't need to I have a small car, so, it's the opposite of other stuff. My hands are rather low. This is very hot.
Careful. Put an eye out with that thing.
I'm glad my hair is like Mark's. I love his hair. He does it himself now.
I do, unfortunately.
He has a degree in something else, but he still does his own hair.
Yes.
He has a degree in theater.
Well, I used to have my hair done at Gents Hair Spa for Men until my girl Lita was overcome too much with cancer. She had to sell the business, and unfortunately she passed away. Today is her...
Not today.
Well, today, Saturday, is her memorial over... Well, it's going on right now at Immaculate Heart of Mary. And
you're going to be there, right?
I can't be there. I have to work. We're taking this in advance.
Yes, just so he cannot be there, and so he can work. I will be, or I am, at the Renaissance Fair right now.
It's very Vestal.
Yes, but it's not virgin, I'll tell you that.
It's not virginal?
No, it is Vestal. It looks more, Arabian, doesn't it? Than, I don't know. I guess the Arabian art went into... During the Renaissance, they had a lot of, Muslim art, so it could have been that. This hair is homegrown.
I see.
Yes, it's coming in just as well as my tomatoes.
Well,
whatever that means.
You're looking very natty.
And we have Aperol here because Aperol is one of the drinks from the Renaissance.
It is?
No, I think I just made that up.
I think you just made that up.
Yeah. Good thing you caught me on that. I don't want to be wrong.
They didn't have orange food coloring back then, Michael.
This is an orange food coloring. It's red food coloring, and it's the green stuff that turns it orange. So
what is Aperol?
I have no idea.
It has nothing to do with apples.
No, it doesn't. And it has nothing to do with apricots, but it has apricot-y, nectarine flavor, which maybe you'll verify.
Well, what is it made of?
It is just alcohol. It's wine and roots and herbs. Most of the stuff we end up bringing in here has herbs and roots, and nobody tells you
botanicals
what it is. A lot of the Maros and Camparis and all these things are made with exotic things like Angelica and sometimes anise. No anise for you, I know that.
With herbs and botanicals, it sounds almost like a lady's shampoo.
You can just pour it on your head and.
It's sweet and bitter at the same time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You can switch Aperol off for Campari. It's a lighter Campari. It doesn't have as much of a clout. You could use this in a Negroni, although the rule is, and even the Aperol people, when I told them that you can do an Aperol Negroni, they say, no, Negroni, she is only, that's my Italian accent, she is only Campari, vermouth, and gin. They said, well, if you use Aperol and Lillet and gin, you get something similar.
We can't call it Negroni, though.
Oh, theoretically
the Negroni Council would have sue you.
You can't call it Appletini a martini, can you? Because that's something totally different. You do, and a chocolatini and...
they're teenies, but they're not martinis.
It indicates the type of glass you use. On the other hand, there are other glasses like
the
martini glass. There's a coupe glass. There's a cocktail glass.
And what kind of glass is this, Michael?
This is a cheap plastic glass goblet from my picnic set. So it's sort of a chalice, as befitting the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay.
Because the Renaissance Fair is on as we drink. As we speak.
And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. This Aperol, though.
Are you going to do a tie-in?
You say it's 11% alcohol.
Yes,
like most wines are in that region, and wines tend to go from 11 to 14, 16.
Yeah, 16.
It's
light. It's a light drink.
Where do you buy this, and how much is it?
I think I mentioned this before, but almost everybody has it. If you go to Kelly's now, it's under $12. And I think it's the best deal in town. I'm not pushing Kelly's, but I can't believe
Well,
It's in the vermouth section.
Don't tell me they're undercutting Walgreens because they can't do that.
Walgreens doesn't sell Aperol.
You said it's everywhere.
Do you?
You said it's everywhere.
Okay, Toucan.
Toucan
has
or
Aperol.
Kelly's has it.
Or Kelly's. And probably Celebrate. We never go into Celebrate because they either never have anything or...
They cut back
it's
big time on their wine
expensive.
selection, have you noticed?
No, because I never looked at what they have. I mean, the wine selection... Albertsons had a 30% off everything on Saturday, and that's the way to get stuff in case you want that. It's turned. You have to buy 6 bottles, but who wouldn't? I mean, what do you do? Drink 1 bottle? No. Plan for the future. So yes, Albertsons has good deals. Walgreens has good deals.
When things are on sale.
Walmart
Yes.
has good deals. People have Sam's Club. Sam's Club always has good deals.
I wouldn't know because I don't go to Sam's Club, Michael. But you know me, I'm no joiner.
Yes, you're a comer, a parter.
I'm an exploder.
I joined once for a year. It's such a responsibility to be part of Sam's Club. When you go in there and you say, I think I'll have a piece of cheese, you know, it takes you need 4 people to carry it out. And then it rots in your refrigerator because you can't eat it fast enough. On the other hand, you had a great deal.
You got a great deal.
Yeah, you got a great deal. Most of what you can eat comes out cheaper, and if you throw stuff away, which is why they say, 30% of food in America is thrown away?
You know, I like a nice chicken breast, but I don't need a bag of 12 of them.
No.
I don't have the
freezer
space for that.
Yeah.
Now, you can freeze cheese, you know, Michael. Cut
Yes, I heard.
Freeze some, refrigerate the other.
I know, it just seems so disrespectful of somebody who made the cheese. I mean,
I freeze butter because...
You do?
Yes.
You don't like it to be soft?
I buy a thing of butter. It's got 4 sticks. I don't need to have 4 sticks thawed out. I put 3 in the freezer and I have 1 out in the refrigerator.
What flavor would you say this is? There is an apricot-y flavor. It's a smooth...
It's too sweet to nail down. I can't get the apricot.
It's a little apricot, a little tangerine-y. The bitterness it's not really big bitter.
Maybe apple-y, actually.
You know, even though our word apple sounds like Aperol, we speak English, they speak...
Italian.
Is that Italian? And never the twain shall meet. So, do you love baseball or what?
Well, I'm not a giant baseball fan.
Is Giant a team?
Yes, it is.
So
San Francisco Giants.
Yes, well, I'm not a giant baseball fan either.
Giants. Or most of the other teams. You know, I grew up in New Mexico. There's no professional teams of any kind in New Mexico.
Here's what I dislike about this. You love the team. Many people love the team of the city they mostly identify with.
Right.
And what is that all about? You know, does that mean...
it's kind of an arbitrary thing, really.
You know, we buy clothes from China. So we must be a fan of China because we buy their clothes.
I enjoy their food.
Yes, me too. Except that, you know, I hear a lot that this town does not have Chinese food like they do in big cities.
That's true. You know, when I want to buy a Donald Trump tie made in China, that's where you go.
That's how you get those things.
Now, the Chicago Cubs, as we all know, won the World Series for the
What?
Yes.
Now, what do they play again? Hockey? And why are they called the Cubs?
Baseball.
Why are they called the Cubs? Why are they little bears? What is a Cub?
The Chicago football team or the Bears?
So the football team was started before the baseball team?
I really don't think so.
I don't think so either because the Cubs had to be around a long time for them to have lost so many opportunities to get in the World Series. They haven't had a World Series win for, 108 years?
That's right. It's been 108 years since they won the World Series. In that amount of time, Halley's Comet has come by twice.
Where?
Past Earth.
Past Earth.
Yeah.
You know, apparently Mark Twain was born when Halley's Comet came by the one time and died when it came by the second time.
Yes, when the last time the Cubs won, Mark Twain was still alive. Babe Ruth was 13 years old.
And he was winning games even then.
Yeah, that's right.
And the Wrigley brothers probably still made a fortune on gum then.
I'm sure they did.
They did.
The Wrigley Tower was probably built by then.
Yes.
And
Chicago's a good town.
You know, that was shortly after Chicago, the Great Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
Burned Chicago to the ground.
That wasn't a good stroke of luck either, was it?
No, it wasn't, because Chicagoans have to live with the fact that Mrs. O'Leary's cow burned their town to the ground.
Well, the fire burnt the town to the ground, but
the cow knocked over the lantern and set the barn on fire, and the cow didn't die, you know.
Well, I don't care.
This is true. The cow split to Wisconsin
Why should-
started the dairy industry.
Yes, because they knew things were getting too hot in Chicago, which is what Al Capone said at some point.
Yes.
Yes. So.
Al Capone was just a little boy the last time the Cubs won.
Now, I guess Cleveland has to work on breaking their streak.
Well,
Because they're the next oldest that hasn't won.
that's right. But the Cleveland Cavaliers won basketball this year. So they do have that.
Well, yeah, you can't win everything.
That's right. So anyway, way to go, Chicago.
What's the other thing? What's that thing?
Now, Chicago. Have you
Yeah,
been
but-
to Chicago, Michael?
Yes, I like Chicago.
Well, what do you like about Chicago?
They got great buildings. You could walk around, and it's like looking.
It's
in New
kinda
York.
windy, though.
They have. It was windy here Thursday and Friday.
That's
by
true.
The way.
Well, breezy.
And that's pretty much. They do have great museums. Do you know that Surratt's afternoon, that Grand Jet, that totally pointillistic thing of people walking down the river?
Yes.
The entire piece has to be 18 feet long.
And you can see it there.
And it's there, the original. I saw what I thought was the original in Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. And that piece is like this, all made out of dots. And I'm thinking, wow, that's quite a piece. Well, I walked into the room in Chicago and saw that it was actually a gigantic mural-sized piece. I said, well, that made out of dots because it was pointillism.
Yes.
So Surratt did that.
Well, that's a great museum
In
there
France.
Chicago. Chicago also has a great aquarium, the Shed Aquarium.
Do they?
One of the best in the world, yeah.
Also, they have great restaurants.
They do.
They have the original Morton's is there, and Morton's steaks are great.
And of course, Second City.
Oddly enough, are they still the second city or are they the third city in America?
Well,
did Los Angeles surpass them in population? I'm thinking.
Well,
it
I
did.
don't know, but Chicago has always been referred to as the second city after New York. But Second City comedy troupe. Is what
Yes,
I'm talking about.
I know.
And they're from, although a lot of those people who are there are from Canada.
And
who've come
but
down.
they do their jokes in Canadian, so we can't really understand them.
And yes, true. And
They're going to build a wall
I understand that
right outside of
Are they?
Chicago, so people don't come in
right
from
across
Canada.
the lake, Canada.
Yeah.
You know, there's a good Canadian restaurant in Chicago.
Oh, hey,
You ever had Canadian food?
with maple syrup.
That's all the bacon you can eat, cooked any way you like. I'm sure.
You can't knock that. They have bacon
Back
cupcakes. Bacon cupcakes are a big thing, you know.
Are they?
Would you eat bacon?
Of course not.
It's not, it was killed nicely.
Lightly killed.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what you want.
slightly dead. They only strip off the bacon and leave the rest.
So they can grow back and
Yeah.
harvest more.
So it works that way.
Now, what else is going on this weekend?
I thought you
besides-
had, so what is that thing about court? What is that? Right after Chicago Cubs, I'm looking at your list.
No. Halley's Comet. We already talked
Oh,
about
is that what
that.
it is? The way you write, I can't
I
tell.
only wrote for me, not you.
Yes.
Now, and today there's a big parade in Chicago. Celebrating.
Saturday, that would make
Sure.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Maybe some of you are there right now.
but there's going to be a parade today also at the Ren Fair over at Young Park.
Parade.
A procession.
regular procession.
As
The Queen. We had the Queen here about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, in all her regalia, except for the hoop skirt, which you can't tell because you can never see below our waist. Luckily,
good thing,
because
too.
we don't have to wear pants. And we have, I say we because I've been working on the Renaissance Fair.
You're on the board over there, Michael.
I'm on the board now. I used to just work a booth there. We have a new Bob Diven created floating, fire-breathing dragon. We hope it's floating. We will find out yesterday.
Magellan the Dragon.
Yes. And that's
There it
the
is.
old Magellan.
The old
new Magellan is possibly bigger and really has fire coming out of it.
Let's hope. It'll singe the Boy Scouts as they paddle by.
Well, no, you go there and light your cigarettes.
Yeah,
You
right
go,
off it.
you're not allowed to smoke in the park. You
No.
say you're not allowed to smoke in the lake.
That's right,
You could smoke in the lake, I guess.
because it's fireproof.
And so Bob Diven is doing that. Bob Diven, who's sometimes been on this show, also does,
Robert the Ratcatcher.
which is a great thing. And what
he flings rats
for
on
other
his-
people to catch.
with his Trabants
Yes,
or his siege engine.
his catapult, which isn't a catapult. He will explain everything. If you go into the fair today or tomorrow, go straight to the back and go see Rabbit the Rat Catcher, and your kids could run after the rats, because once he flings them, they still have a little get up and go, and they have to run.
Well, he also likes to fling cantaloupes and things like that.
He does.
For the kids to catch.
There's actually beans in these little bags. That's
Yes.
how the rats are. So.
But he only has scheduled shows when he does it several times a day at scheduled times.
Yeah, and he does a little speech in the mode of John Cleese, pretty much.
Who's coming to El Paso, by the way?
The 26th, November 26th. John Cleese and Eric Idle.
That'll be a great show.
Yes. We're going to take a break now. Probably talk more about the Renaissance Fair after the break, and we're going to have some more Aperol. I hope. I like sugar.
Come right back.
Sugar. Bye.
Still
Not
too
bad.
sweet, Michael. Still too sweet.
You want more water in it?
Got some spritzer?
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Welcome back to Double Talk.
You know, we like to taste things. We are tasting this. Mark suggested putting some water in it, so we're going to see if, since he's whining about how sugary it is. So
Yeah.
let's see how it tastes.
I think it's better with water. It's not quite as sweet.
Yeah, it's more refreshing.
It is more
And
refreshing.
if we had bubbly water, it'd be really refreshing.
I think it would. Yeah.
And if you made an Aperol spritz,
Yes.
it would be even better.
And you know what? I think a squeeze of lime would be what's needed here.
That's true. I didn't come with my...
That would cut the sweetness quite a bit.
And if you put in Prosecco, you get the Aperol spritzer. And you put in more Prosecco, a little bit of this. So you're overshadowing all the sweetness with... Prosecco is often very tart, a little tart and acidic. So it works with the Aperol to make it a perfect balance. And they drink this stuff all day long, not like what we're doing.
Well, because it's, there's nothing to it. It's like drinking wine all day.
We're only drinking it for a half hour.
Right. And this is like low alcohol wine, basically.
Yeah.
11%.
I mean, that's 11%. High alcohol beer. And pretty much we're not going to drink as much as one would of beer.
That's true.
So that's good.
You tend to drink beer much faster.
Yeah.
Well, that's only,
Kick it back.
5 to 8%.
So we're talking about the Renaissance Fair. We're talking about the Renaissance Fair.
We are talking about the Renaissance Fair, and it goes on Saturday and Sunday
Go to Young Park.
till 5 o'clock today and 4 o'clock tomorrow.
If you don't like to worry about parking, go to the corner, the southwest corner, over by
mall.
JCPenney's,
Yes.
and you can pick up a bus there and take you right there.
Free?
Yeah, free. And costs $8 to get in. There are little flyers around town for $1 off. Kids under 12 are free, so you can have as many kids as you want, and they'll give them to you for free.
And there's food. A lot of
There's
food.
pastrami. There's dragon legs, which are turkey legs.
Giant turkey legs.
People love those things.
Mexican food.
Somebody's making, we do pastrami, somebody's making corned beef sandwiches. That guy that does pizza on the mall is doing pizzas there.
Those are pretty good.
So there's also, the Unitarian Church is doing a chocolate booth right near the beer and wine tent. So if you prefer your wine and or beer with a little chocolate, you can hang out sitting next to the pond watching Magellan breathe fire on your drink all day long.
You can take your sandwich or your Mexican food into the beer and wine tent.
Yes, there's a lot of Mexican food.
Have beer and wine with it.
There's stuff for the kids. There's an entire kids realm. There's, of course, all sorts of tchotchkes. And who were you looking for? The Mad Hatter. Do you need a new hat?
Yeah. Well, I met somebody I work with has this really great hat. And it's got a nice wide brim. It's really nice and flexible. She says she takes it there every year and they reblock it for her and free of charge. But she said they weren't there last year. So I'm hoping they're going to be there this
People
year. They have
change
great
around.
hats there.
There's at least, I think, 145 different vendors. Plus millions.
Plus
of
there's
well, we're doing jousting once again.
Yes.
We do 2 shows, one at 10:15 and 2:15. If you get a VIP pass, you get to go to the VIP booth to watch it. VIP booth has real seats as opposed to fold-out seats and standing.
I want to get in the VIP booth.
Good.
With my press pass.
Yeah, go ahead.
And
talk your way into it.
Also, there's live entertainment on the stage all day long.
Yes. Who's running that? Chris, the magician.
Musical
And
guests.
Randy. You got, remember last week
Randy
I
Granger?
choke on the peanuts at the end of the show?
Yes.
So don't get started.
I'm just imitating you.
Yeah.
You're my idol.
We're not towards the end of the show yet. We got a few minutes.
So also, we've been talking about the Renaissance Fair. If you vote, go there after you vote. If you haven't voted yet, today is the last day to vote early.
If you're watching this on Saturday, if you're watching it on Sunday,
Too late.
you're going to get in lines. And both of us voted early. None of us had any trouble with lines. Saturday,
Yeah,
you may have lines.
They're busy, but we didn't
They
have to wait in lines.
You don't have to putz around there all
So
day.
go vote and then go straight to the Renaissance Fair after that.
Most of the, well, not most, but a lot more people have voted early this year. The guy who's running the voting is a great job. And
Do you think that dragon has voted already early?
do you think he put his 2 cents in? Did some people put their 2 pence in? Who knows? Look, we
2
have
farthings.
we have stars and stripes. The stars are above the stripes, which is where they're supposed to be, up in the
That's true.
sky.
That's true for curtains today.
And you get an I voted sticker
And so if you vote,
for free.
they'll give you an I voted sticker.
Except if you pay taxes. Apparently you paid for that I voted sticker. And if you paid taxes, you paid to have this opportunity. And if you didn't pay taxes, you still have an opportunity to vote. So that's pretty nice.
Well, yeah, our tax money pays for our elections.
Which is why it's okay to pay taxes, because otherwise, everybody says they don't like government. The only thing keeping this crazy world together is government. It makes us go apart, but they run everything that you don't have to worry about, and all that stuff that you don't think about day to day. You're lucky, because you wouldn't be.
Our taxes pay people to worry about those
Yeah,
things.
I mean, filling in holes, actually getting the Young Park ready for Renaissance Fair. That's a minor thing. All these things.
Isn't that a socialized park, Michael? It's paid for by our money.
It is socialized. It's socialized.
The roads are socialized roads that we drive on.
Let's see. Do you have a cell phone?
Of course I do.
How do you get? Where do the signals come from? Satellites floating in the sky?
No, from towers.
And who sanctions those towers and gives people the right to use those
Airwaves
towers?
regulated by the Federal
And
Communications
it takes a lot of
Commission.
people to figure all those things out
Yes, indeed.
and make sure it's kind of fair. The world isn't fair. We all know that, but
How's
government.
spelling fair?
Both ways.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now, many things are being voted on this. When you go to vote, you're not just voting for the president and the vice president. There's a lot of other people to vote for.
Everybody, the
state senators,
representatives, judges. There's a prop or bond C,
Bond
which
issues.
pays for many things so that people can continue to be educated. If it weren't for education, education is something that gets paid for by taxes.
Yep.
If we didn't have education, then we'd have private little schools where nobody would know what's going on.
Also,
We'd be pre-Renaissance, because the thing that's good about Renaissance is the dawn of
Enlightenment.
intellect.
Yes. Also, we have to vote for Secretary of State, which is a very important thing to vote for.
Our state. Yes.
Our state, Maggie Toulouse Oliver for Secretary of State.
That's who we're voting for, but he would never say he was voting for it, but I did vote for it.
And so there's a lot of things to vote for. Your state representatives are very important people to vote for.
You're not going to listen to us. You're not going to listen to who we say to vote. You should make up your own mind.
It's not up to us.
And don't listen to pundits.
But if you don't vote, you're an idiot. I'll say that. Now, many states.
No, that's true. Would you say that Louis C.K. said?
Louis C.K. Here's what Louis C.K. said.
This is
He
copied.
said
he's voting for Trump. You're right?
No.
No, he's voting for
Hillary.
Hillary.
He said, if you vote for Hillary, you're an adult. If you vote for Trump, you're a sucker. And if you don't vote, you're an a-hole.
Oh, were we just bleep? Did you just bleep yourself
bleeped
out?
myself.
You're good. You're like...
They didn't bleep him, but I bleeped myself.
No, that's because it's on late night TV.
Because we're here in the Bible Belt.
That's true. We want to stay
They don't know what that word
pure.
means.
Anyway, yes,
and
go vote.
You know, many states are voting today on issues such as gun control.
Oh, and smoking.
Gun control. Whether or not
Smoking gun control. A smoking
No.
gun.
Whether or not the mentally ill should be allowed guns.
What do you think?
Whether background checks should be done on gun purchases.
You know, making the rules for whether or not you're mentally ill.
Well,
Who makes those rules up?
well, the NRA has no problem with the mentally ill getting guns and going out and shooting people.
Right.
I don't know why.
Protect themselves from the mentally
No.
stable.
How about what if you voted early, Michael, and then you decided something happened and your candidate that you voted for did some outrageous thing that
Or
changed your opinion?
Or that something that somebody said made it seem like they may have done something or may not have.
But would you want to?
You take it
Should you
back.
be able to go and change your vote?
There are 4 states in the United States where you can do that. Is that what you're about
That's
to say?
true. And some states let you do it up to 3 times. You can change your vote up to 3 times in
God,
some states.
Would you trust a state like that? I mean, a
Yes.
state run by fickle voters? I want to judge, vote early and vote often.
Yeah, you could.
But it's the same vote.
Well, New Mexico is not set up for that, but it would be a simple process to do so. Really, you just give you
No, just get it over with. If you can't make up your mind, then obviously...
something could happen that would change your mind and the minds of many. What if
Right.
somebody
Or
gets-
somebody could say, oh, I'm not ready to make a decision. What if the thing, I don't know if you're alluding to Comey, but if that information meant anything, it'll come out later.
Well, I'm not alluding to that. But say what if a candidate is found guilty of child
Killing
rape,
somebody?
raping a child or something?
In between, in the last weeks of the race.
Or if they come out and declare what a sexist beast they
Did
are.
they say that too on Daily Kos about somebody raping a 13-year-old?
Well, Trump actually is going to court in December over raping a 13-year-old girl.
Well.
It's a civil suit.
Oh, that's civil.
Yeah.
Civil means nice, right?
It's civil.
Yeah,
Also, at the Rio Grande Theater coming up tonight, actually.
Saturday night.
The Mexican consulate is putting on a show that they do frequently there.
For free,
They
right?
yes, it's free. It's a Day of the Dead celebration show that they've brought in. It's at 7 o'clock. Get there early if you want a free seat.
They're usually great.
They are good
Those
shows.
things.
I've been to a
Those
couple
are
of
great.
them. And I ate at Alberto's the other day.
Yes, I did prior to that.
They
I
told me
think.
they'd been open for 2.5 weeks. The food was okay. Here's what I didn't like about
What'd
it,
you have?
though.
Yes,
By the time we ate there, at 2 o'clock, we were the only ones left in the restaurant.
it's not a really pretty place, but
No.
who cares?
There was enough people there when we got there. By the time we were done, we were the only ones left, the 2 of us. And she starts mopping the floor with pine sol right next to our table.
We hate that.
And there, you can't taste the food after that. That's an amateur's.
That's pretty
thing.
bad. We go to restaurants late because we go to the theater first, and very often they're taking pillows and knocking them and sweeping in your face, putting their dish rags on their.
Yeah, that's amateur hour, but that's Las Cruces.
Well, what did you think of the food? Because
The food was okay. I had a chicken torta. It wasn't bad. I would like to try their chicken burrito and maybe some of the other things.
I had their bean and cheese burrito. It was easily a half a can of fried beans, refried
Mashed
beans,
up.
and they weren't bad. I like refried beans, but also their chicken tacos are, I guess, a Californian blend which has avocado, onion, lettuce, a little tomato. The onion was really tasty and it lingered.
So-
Unlike this show, which is
That's-
about to be over.
We're over. Thanks for joining us. And come in and join us next week at the same time.
Yes,
Right here on the Las Cruces channel. This is Double Talk.
co-producer Mark Steffen right here. Get used to it.